Hello, thank you for stopping by my kitchen. You are very welcome. Today I have been making these cheese scones. They are absolutely delicious. It's a very rainy day today at the end of September, and the bacon has just filled my house with the bacon smell. These smell so lovely. So anyway, these I've split these and I fill them with butter, and they have this delicious topping. So the cheese goes on the top before they go in the oven, and it just melts. And oh my goodness, it's delicious. So yes. So I'm going to have these for my lunch and just put the kettle on and have a cup of tea with them. So here's how I made them. To start, we need to heat our oven to 220 Celsius, 425 Fahrenheit, or gas mark 7. Then we need to butter the baking sheet and just set that aside. In my bowl, I'm going to sieve 6 ounces of self-raising flour, which is 175 grams. Next, I'm going to add a pinch of salt, that much, and a pinch, the same amount of pepper. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of English mustard. This is the mustard powder. See if you can get it on camera so you can see. We just want half a teaspoon. So I'm going to level that off. I might get my sieve back and pop it through the sieve just in case there's any lumps. There are a few lumps. That took care of that. There. To this I'm going to add 1 ounce, 25 grams of butter. The butter needs to be straight out the fridge. And just give it a little chop up and coat it with the flour. Next we go in with our fingers. This is a very small amount of butter because most of the fat in these scones is the cheddar cheese, but you'd think a small amount would be easy and quick to rub into the flour, but it's quite the opposite because there's little bits that escape the flour. There, that's all incorporated. So for the time being, set that mixture aside, and we're going to grate 3 ounces or 75 grams of cheese. Don't worry about these little slithers of cheese that are left, just put those on the side and we'll use those later for the tops of the scones. So now we need to put the grated cheese into the flour mixer, leaving all these bits for the top and leaving some of the grated cheese for the top too. I would say about that much cheese. Oh goodness me, about that much cheese is needed for the top. So just mix this cheese in, giving it a good coat in the flour, and set that mixture aside. In my jug I have 1 egg and 3 tablespoons of milk, and I'm just going to give them a whisk. Make a little well in your flour cheese mixture and pour the majority of the egg mixture in. Just leave a tiny bit left because we'll need to brush the tops of the scones. And just stir in with a knife. Once it gets to about that mixture, we need to go in with our hands. This is not a wet scone mixture. It's almost as dry as pastry. It's got all that fat in from the cheese, so we can't make it too wet to start with because the fat will melt in the oven. So just knead until you've got all the mixture gathered together in a nice ball. There, that's perfect. So once your dough is in a nice firm ball, we just need to sprinkle the work surface or your board with some flour. And take the dough out. And this dough just needs to be forming a nice circle because it's not going to be cut out, it's just going to be rolled out. So as you're rolling it, you need to make it into a circle again. And we need to roll this to about 1/2 inch or 1.5 centimeters thick. But it needs to be in a circle. So we're going to cut this dough into 8 triangles. Now if you've got, I don't know if you can see here, I'll come in a bit closer for you. I've got an indentation here. That is where I'm going to start my cut. So I'll start my cut here and just cut straight across. We're going to make 8 triangles. So you're cutting in half there, cutting in half there to make 4, and those bits are halved again and halved again. So we have 8 pieces. Just place them on the board, on the baking tray. So you can see now we've got 8 triangles, and I'm just going to brush each triangle with the leftover milk mixture. Be careful not to get this down the sides, because if the egg gets down the sides it will cook and stop the scones rising. There, that's all 8 coated. And this is where these little bits of cheese where we grated come in handy, because you can just pop these bits of cheese on. I normally use the bits up first and then go around with the grated cheese. When this cheese cooks on the top of the scones, it gives the scones such a lovely flavour. Doesn't need a lot of cheese because it's going to melt in the oven. It doesn't really want to be coming down the sides either. If you do get any cheese on the baking sheet, try and pick it up and pop it back on the scones, because otherwise it will burn. So these are going to bake in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. So my scones have about 30 seconds to go to the 10 minutes, but I think they're done. Oh yes, look at those. Just goes to show that different days, different temperatures in the air, different temperatures in your ingredients. Oh, there we go. That was the 10 minutes and they're already out. Last time I cooked these, they took 12 minutes. Okay, I'll just move you down so you can see me taking them out. There, that's a better angle for what you came to see. So just put these on a wire tray and allow them to cool. That one's a little stuck. There. There, so just leave to cool on a wire tray, and when they're nearly cool, split them and put some butter in the middle if you want to. You don't need butter in them because there's the cheese already in them, but I like them with butter. If you would like more recipes, I upload every Wednesday 2 p.m. UK time.